And then the first game I'm going to buy is Final Fantasy VII. Why? Because I'm a fan of Final Fantasy. I won't buy any other game. I'm not a fan of God of War. I'm not a fan of, Assassin's Creed. I'll probably buy Little Big Planet 2. Also, I already have a PSP, but I'm ready to jailbreak that any second now. Because those games are shit.
Okay, so I'm back. I was gone for a little while.
But I'm done ranting.
Another game is Heavy Rain. I mean, who would have thought a game pretty much all QTE would be that good? It's just got an amazing story and everything. Good music. I like the music. Even though it's kind of stockish, I don't want to say. But yeah, it's another good game. I think we're done, actually, talking about... I think you covered it, actually.
Really?
I didn't really hear it, most of it, because I was being bugged. But, yeah. The whole motion control thing, just to sum up my thoughts, it's like, I don't know, it's been done before, it's not as revolutionary, but it's cool and all, but, like you said, from what I kinda heard, Nintendo knows what they're doing. They experimented earlier with the Power Glove, and they actually know how to do it now, to a certain extent. I mean, sometimes the motion sensor doesn't work for me, and I've only played it a few times, but, Microsoft and Sony probably don't know what they're getting into. I just hope they do make some good games and, make them work properly, not flawed. I really don't know, I'm not a particular fanboy of any company or console. I'm a gamer. I like all types of games, no matter who makes them. If it's a good game, I'll try it out. If they have good ideas, then, I don't know.
No, I was just saying.
I'm not biased towards any type of...
I mean, I try not to be biased when I go rant like this. I try to be as honest as ever, but the problem is, when you go into the internet and you say something like this, you're going to get the fanboys that are ignorant as fuck, and they're going to be like,
That's the thing, though. You gotta learn to ignore some of those people who, just don't let them influence you that much. I know it's hard, but...
And I mean, you will encounter them. And you will. And you will find out that they are fucking...
They're biased as hell, really. You can't listen to those people. You have to have your own opinions. You have to, try out everything just to sort of see. I mean, just saying. Even if you don't own a certain console, you can at least check out some of the games so that you're not just spouting off random stuff without knowing what you're talking about.
I mean, when I... how do I put this? Okay, I can think of a good example. When everybody knows I hate rap, yes? Everybody knows I hate country. Anytime I criticize music, I always go and listen to whatever before I make an opinion on it. Just like I said, I don't own a PS3, but I did go out and I did play it. And I mean, Blu-ray looks awesome, but I'm not gonna cough up $400 for it. I won't do it. It's not normal. Nobody has $400 to cough up shit like that. It's bullshit. Bottom line. That's where Sony went wrong first. And then, and the only reason why Nintendo doing good on their own is because when you see games like Assassin's Creed and whatever, they, you don't see those games going to Nintendo. No. You don't see Assassin's Creed or Resident Evil 5 going to Nintendo. No. Those are for the hardcore gamers. They're over there. There's casual and there's hardcore. But over there.
Yeah, the thing about Nintendo is, some of their games used to be I don't really know if this is truly correct, but some of those games were targeted towards kids, but they actually had a certain level of difficulty. These games are just for the casuals, friggin' my friend's parents play Wii Sports and all that stuff because it's for the casual gamers. And I guess now even there are rhythm games and those kind of for more casual gamers, I want to say. sort of. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, like adding to what you said, that's why Nintendo is doing so well also. Because, um, where's my train of thought?
It's targeted towards the casual audience.
No.
What?
Well, the casual audience with Nintendo goes from fucking 80-year-olds to 5-year-olds. That's why they're doing so good. And that's what Microsoft and them are trying to do with Natal. I mean, I would go to, like, the senior centers, and all they have is Wii's, and they play bowling, and I'm like, that's casual gamer.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of smart business-wise, but the whole alienating of hardcore gamers isn't really that smart at the same time. I can't really decide whether it's a really good idea or it's a pretty, like, decent idea. I don't know.
Well, it all comes down to, like any gamer would say, normal and smart gamer, might I add, would say it all comes down to the sales. And it's been proven. Nintendo's up there. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't really judge the Wii too much because I haven't really played a whole lot of games for it, and some of the games I played for it weren't that great. Like, I played Red Steel and I was like, what the fuck is this? This control isn't that great. And, you know, I don't really know.
I mean, I own the Wii, and I can honestly say that it has its quirks. It does. I'm not gonna lie. But I'll bring up this point that Nintendo, again with the copying, ever since the Wii came out, they've had the whole virtual console shop, whatever you call it, where you can go back and you can buy the retro gamers games and all those games that were in the past. And then Microsoft came along and did that. And I mean, PSP's been out there, and they kind of did that a little. And I own a PSP, and they didn't expand on their shop. They didn't. They had nothing for their shop. The only thing I bought out of their shop was Final Fantasy VII for the PSP, excuse me. That was it.
Yeah, I actually kind of forgot about that, the whole virtual console, whatever you want to call it. It's like, sure, you can buy them with like the points system or whatever with the little cards. I don't really know how it works. I only saw it once. But, there is a thing on the internet. It's called an emulator, and another thing, it's called a ROM. You can find them. Pretty plentiful.
Well, I mean, gamers that are non-tech savvy like we are don't know about that. So they're only stuck with
True.
virtual console and all that stuff.
Plus some PCs, like if you have a PC that's not that great, you can't really play certain games. The emulation, they're stuttering and such. So, like when I played Jet Grind Radio or Shenmue, which is 2 games I want for the Xbox Live Arcade and PSN, when I played them for, on the emulator, it was kind of stuttering and it wasn't, like, you didn't get the whole experience. It wasn't as quick as, it should be. So I'm kind of wishing if they release those 2 games that I previously mentioned for both Xbox Live Arcade and PSN.
Well, right now, especially with Sonic 4 on the way, God, snacking.
Similar. Sega, yeah.
Sega is
I meant name-wise. Don't criticize me because I said Sega and Sony are similar in actual games and stuff.
We're talking about name-wise, not...
Yeah.
It's pretty crunch time for it's Sonic 4 is on the way. They have another Sonic game, Sonic Colors, which is going to be crap as well. And if they want to do good, they got to present good. If you want your fans back, you got to do right with the coming back with they're right with Crazy Taxi. They're right. They're right with Sonic Adventures. They are right. You gotta keep going. You want us all back? You give us Jet Grind Radio, and you give us fucking Choo Choo Rocket, and you give us shit. You give us all. I don't care how you do it. You do it. You want your fans back? You do it. And you do it at a cheap price. Don't give me fucking $20. Stop. Because I can go to any GameStop and I can say, hey, I want Crazy Taxi. $5, please. Don't give me $20. Don't. I can understand how games like the 360 games that they put up there on Microsoft are, $50, $40, whatever. That's understandable. With the regular Xbox games, those are $20. That's understandable. When you have a Dreamcast game that some have been converted to PlayStation 2,